What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody can hear me okay. I think Game is going to be joining me in a little bit. It's weird this is the last one. The last sit start. The last sit start of the season. All right. I feel like there's some conversation going on before I got here that I may have missed, but I'm going to start with what I can see. The first thing I see here is a question about Andre Palat and Brady Tkachuk from Really Cool Awesome Dude. So if you ask something before that, I probably can't see it. Am I centered? Am I centered? Let's go like this. No, worse, better. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see. Palat or Brady Tkachuk for points? I'm still going to go Brady, I think. He's probably better than Palat right now. Kopitar versus Avs or Krejci versus Rangers tonight. I think I would actually play Krejci. He's been on fire. I feel like the Rangers aren't going to really care about this, about today, you know, judging by their last game. So they could just roll him, kind of like Krejci there. Sit two of Beauvillier, Shen, Rust, and Reinhart. I think I would sit Beauvillier and Shen, actually. Goals, apples, power play points. Yeah, I think Beauvillier and Shen are your answers there. Rust and Reinhart at least have opportunities to get power play points. I feel like Shen maybe. Beauvillier, Build Itrondo, hello. Let me take a look. Starting William. By the way, if you haven't been here before, we read Multicat Monster questions and Super Chats first. I'll try to get to all the questions. Usually when it's just me, there's less like crosstalk, so I'll be able to get to pretty much everything. But okay. William Karlsson, Bennett, Marchessault, Teravainen, Reinhardt, Bjorkstrand, Trocheck, Jordan Stahl, bench, Nylander, Scheifele, Zibanejad, Phrase starts Zibanejad. I mean, I would have Zibanejad over Stahl, definitely. I'd probably have Scheifele over William Karlsson as well. Nylander and Bennett are close. Kind of depends what you need there. Yeah. Okay, scrolling back up here. Krejci, Matthews, Tavares, Malkin got to start two. It's not going to be Krejci on this one. I would do Matthews. Okay, I would do Matthews and Tavares if you're behind for the stack. If you're not behind, I would do Matthews and Malkin. I think, there's a good chance Malkin just lights it up against Buffalo. Matthews and Malkin, I think, is what I would do. In the finals, congratulations, Paul. Sit one of Chychrun, Hamilton, Morgan Riley, Fox, or Barry. I would sit Chychrun there. Need to sit two of Hurdle, Nylander, Mantha, and RNH points. I would sit Hurdle and Mantha, I think. Thanks for coming out, Teddy. Sit two of Connor, Brady, Tkachuk, Kessel, Nylander, and Fiala. I would sit Kessel, probably Nylander. Not that I love it, but Kessel definitely, probably Nylander. I know Connor hasn't been great, but I think his upside's higher. Garland, Hall, and Zibanejad bench one. I would bench Hall, actually, I think. It's close, though. I like Garland. Against the Sharks, too. I like Garland. Need goals and assists. Should I actually sit Adam Fox for Mikhail Sergachev? No. Nope. Fox is better, for sure. Even against the Bruins. Play two, so bench one of Krejci, Malkin, Trocheck. I think you got to bench Krejci, even though he's been so hot. Malkin against Buffalo is just amazing. Trocheck, actually, maybe you bench Trocheck. I think you bench Trocheck and you play Krejci and Malkin. Unless you need power play points. Okay, let's see. Kapanen, Hoffman, Bjorkstrand, or Bailey can only start one. Thoughts? I would probably start Bjorkstrand. He feels like he has the most opportunities in general. Devils are a pretty easy matchup, but we'll see. The Devils, what am I talking about? Detroit is a pretty easy matchup. Would you play Craig Smith over Puljujarvi or RNH? I would no, I wouldn't. I would play Puljujarvi and RNH. I mean, who knows in that game? It could go completely crazy on both sides. But I don't think so. Scheifler, Zibanejad, who do I start? Probably Zibanejad. Head bangers, need to sit one today. Fox, Grizzly, Dougie, Edler, and Pietrangelo. Edler's your sit unless you need him for his peripherals. So, and if you don't, let's say you do need him, then the other bench I would probably sit. I'd probably sit Pietrangelo. It sort of depends what you need because they're pretty different. Like Grizzly is only going to get you points and power play points, so he's potentially benchable if you're good in those situations. Nathaniel, Blake Coleman or Sam Bennett want assists. I would play Sam Bennett. Guy's just been a monster since going to Florida. All right, scrolling back up. Let's see. Play 3, so bench 2. RNH, Mantha, Tolvanen, Fiala, Connor. I would bench Tolvanen and Mantha out of that one. Mantha has a decent opportunity considering he's getting top line, but I just don't like him quite enough. Chasing shots and assists, Mantha or Pool Party, Dahlin or Goligoski. I'd play Dahlin and Mantha, I think. Matthews, Tavares, Malkin, Krejci, sit 2. I think I got this one, didn't I? I would play Matthews and Malkin. Brandon won the championships. Thanks. Warlike Fury, congratulations. I'm glad to hear that. My season has been cursed, as I've repeated a few times now, but it is what it is. I'm glad to see that some people got out of this crazy season with some wins. Desperately need to win tonight. Have Vasilevsky, I don't know how to say his name, Kivlenieks, and the Ranger duo. Start 2. I think I would start Vasilevsky and Kivlenieks, or whatever his name is. I think, have they confirmed Vasilevsky? I don't think they have. They might rest him realistically, but assuming he plays. I would not go better goalie. I'd go goal against worst team if you need to win, always. Connor or McCann? Kyle Connor? Connor Garland? Who are we talking about? If you're talking about Kyle Connor, I would probably play Kyle Connor. Even though, man, there's a lot of points to be gotten in that Buffalo game. Which should have started of Vasilevsky, Varlamov, and Nedeljkovic. Assuming they all start, I would start Vasilevsky and Varlamov probably. I don't think Varlamov starts. I think it's going to be Sorokin, but assuming they all do, I do Varlamov. Carter or Middlestat, Eric. God. I mean, my heart still says Middlestat, but I saw what happened last game. Sit 1, Reinhart, Caulfield, and McCann. I would sit Caulfield, honestly. I know he's been relatively good, but like the minutes just aren't quite there yet, and I think that Buffalo-Pittsburgh game is going to be crazy. We're studying Karn over Took. Yes. You need points and power play points. You're not going to get power play points from Took. Connor has been terrible, but, I would still play him despite him not being so good. Where's their matchup? Winnipeg, hello. Yeah, against Ottawa. I think I'd play him. Garland, Zib, Hallstrom, Huberdeau, Kaprizov, Scheifele, Teravainen, bench 2. Wait, didn't I just answer you about Zib, Hall, and Garland? Anyway, I would bench Strome and Hall, I think. I don't know who's starting today. Mrazek, Holtby, Grubauer, Swayman. I don't think Swayman's going to play. He might, I guess. I assume Grubauer's also not going to play. He might, I guess. It's really hard to say. I'm pretty sure also that Mrazek is not going to play. He's not. It's Nedeljkovic and Nets there, so that one's out. Holtby might go. I would probably play Grubauer and Swayman if you can. That would be the two that I'd play if you can. Wilson, Palat, Beauvillier, and Mantha sit 1, blocks, hit shots. I would sit blocks, hit shots. I'd probably sit Beauvillier. 2 out of Reinhardt, Strome, Krejci, Jeff Carter to play. Two to play or 2 to bench? I'm guessing. Well, there's only 4 names here, so I guess it doesn't matter. I would play Reinhardt and Krejci probably. Sit 1, Natchez, Carter, and Rust. Oh, sit Natchez. Start Connor McCann. I answered this one. I'm not sure which Connor, but big thanks for suggesting drafting Varlamov. No matter how finals ends, he is awesome. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. I promise you it's going to be the same thing next season, where for some reason Islander goaltenders are going to fall super far again. Although I do think they're going to split start completely next season between Sorokin and Varlamov probably. So it'll be interesting though. Let's see. Stevenson or Bjorkstrand, who do I start? That's a tough one. Bjorkstrand if you need goals and shots. Stevenson if you just need points, I think. Start 2, bench 3, Reinhardt, Carter, Puljujarvi, Strome, Krejci. I would start Reinhardt and Krejci, I think. Do you think if Bedard gets on a good team, he's going to be a top 10 fantasy when drafting? Also, I didn't play in 2015. Did McDavid go top 10 his rookie year? If not, how did McKinnon? McDavid did go top 10. He's the only rookie ever to do it, as far as I've seen. I don't think he's going to be top 10 fantasy drafting. I really shy away from rookies unless it seems like the team's going to be built around them immediately, and that is super rare. I think McDavid's like the only case. I remember people really jumped on Dahlin his rookie year too. But McKinnon, like his rookie year was not super picked up. I mean, he got drafted, but it wasn't anywhere near like the first couple of rounds. All right, tweet you guys this morning. Want to know your thoughts again? Ned, Campbell, and Smith start too. Campbell and Smith, I think. So I'm leading towards to going for number 1 after winning the Leicester League. Crazy COVID season. Yeah, great job, Reddick. You killed it this season. Start 2, Talbot, Grubauer, and Mrazek. Well, Mrazek's not going to go, so that's going to give you Talbot and Grubauer, if Grubauer even plays, which I doubt he does, honestly. Bangers need blocks. Need blocks and shots. Sit 2, Riley. That's Morgan Riley, I'm guessing. Probably is. Parayko, Chirot, Grzelcyk, Hedman, Hamonic. I would bench Hamonic, and you don't need blocks and shots. I think Grzelcyk is the other bench. You don't need points. Fiala, Reinhardt, or Kapanen, 1 to start. Ooh, Fiala. He's just been a monster lately against Anaheim as well. Start 2, bench 3, Reinhardt, Carter, Puljujarvi, Strome, Krejci. I got this one already. I had said Reinhardt and Krejci there. Way behind this week in my bangers points final. Start 2, Sharon Govich, Craig Smith, Stevenson, or Marcus Foligno. I would do way behind. I think you still have to go Sharon Govich and Stevenson, even though it's boring. If you're way behind, there's actually some upside in playing Craig Smith because he's so streaky. If you played Craig Smith, I'd probably play him over Stevenson. Because I also find Sharon Govich to be kind of streaky. I think they're min-max. So I might go Craig Smith, Sharon Govich, actually. You're welcome, David. Thanks for coming out. Lauren Banger, start 1. Strome, Richie, Palat. I'd start Palat. Unless you need... In fact, I'd probably start Palat in most of these. Yu-Gi-Oh! 4K. Super glad to hear that you're probably going to win your league. Congratulations, man. Badner Calabrese. Ooh, I hope I said that right. Yeah, thanks for coming out. I appreciate you listening to my borderline insane suggestions sometimes. Oh, you're the coding guy. Well, I hope that's going well for you. Obviously, it's a big part of my life in general. So, Bill D. Toronto, man, thank you so much for the super chat, both of you guys. I mean, to be fair, that's all Gamby. Working on third, got first last year. Congrats, man. Good turnouts. Start Fleury or Kavelniks, however you say his name. I would, if you need a win, I would start, you know what? I think I'd start Fleury either way, assuming he plays. Stevenson, Miller, Bjorkstrand, who do I sit? I would sit, I'd probably sit Stevenson. Not by much. Cats hits need all three. Sit three. Ooh, O'Reilly, Stevenson, Stahl, Krejci, Wilson, Burakovsky, Josh Anderson. I am noted Burakovsky disliker. I would sit Burakovsky despite the fact he continues to score points. Actually, you know what? If it seems like McKinnon might not be in, and that's actually good news for Burakovsky because he gets top power play. You need the hits. You need everything. Okay, I think I would sit Stahl, Josh Anderson, unless you really need the hits. I mean, I'm sitting two hitters here, so that's kind of a problem. But and probably Burakovsky would be my last one, despite his point upside. Brady, Hurdle, Landy, Fiala, start 2 for goals and power play points. Goals and power play points. Landy, Fiala, I think. Should I sit Mantha or Buchnevich? They're pretty close. I think I'd play Mantha. I think I'd sit Buch. I just feel like the Rangers don't care. So I think Binnington will start. I doubt it. I don't really see. They don't have a chance, right? No, they already clinched. Yeah, I don't see the upside of playing him. They probably play Husso. Any plans on off-season content? Kind of. I mean, we want to do more 101 episodes. We want to do kind of like that league settings episode, but I think we want to kind of bring that out more and talk about like variations to leagues and like just how to be a GM and like how to spot like dirtiness in your leagues and collusion, things like that. Reinhart versus Pittsburgh or Kopitar versus Colorado. Reinhart's been hot. I think there'll be goals in Pittsburgh buff, but it's hard to bench Kopi. It is. I think Kopi has the higher floor, but I think they're both pretty good plays. The thing is, there's a real good chance that Johansson is in net for Colorado today, which is good news for Kopitar. It's hard to bench either one. I would play Kopitar if you just need points, Reinhart if you need goals. Do you think Kemper will start today? I don't know. I've got no idea, honestly. Who played yesterday for them? If Kemper played yesterday, then he's not going to play. I'm actually not sure if I can see on here. Kemper did play yesterday, so he's not going to start. There's no way. It's going to be Hill. Will Makar play today? I don't know. They're going to do... Probably not, honestly. If they took anybody out from yesterday, they're not playing today, I would think. Thanks for all the videos. I don't know if you guys do already. Not sure TikTok. Really blow your channel because you guys definitely deserve it. It's an interesting thought. That would be Gamby's wheelhouse of anything. But I hadn't even thought about TikTok, honestly, for this. But it makes sense. Sit 2, Josh Morrissey, Adam Fox, Colton Parayko, looking for shots and blocks. Sit 2. I would probably play Fox. I just think the upside's the highest there. In 3 finals, thanks. Well, congratulations, Lauren. It's awesome. Down 14 in hits, but I'm up in goals, assists, power play points, plus minus in shots, but not by a ton. Trocheck or Kachuk? I'd probably play Kachuk. Probably won't be able to catch hits, but he should at least lock up shots for you and has decent opportunities to get other stuff. There's Montreal versus Toronto in the first rounds. Any chance of an upset? I mean, you've seen how Montreal's been playing like lately. They're super streaky up and down. I mean, there's always a chance, but I wouldn't bet on it. Toronto's crazy. I mean, at least crazy for that division. I don't know what they're going to do against some of the other teams in the other divisions that are good, but if you confidently just tell me with your wise words of wisdom that Smith could get a shutout tonight, I will win my league. He certainly could. I mean, Vancouver's playing for nothing. They're exhausted. They're going to have to play 1 billion more games after this. There's no reason for them to try hard. Like, technically, they could sneak in, but it's not going to happen. For the win, Kamelniks. Yeah. Or Allen. For the win, Kamelniks for sure. Kivlinieks. Jesus. Jay Super Dave, thank you. Thank you for coming to listen. Even just having people come out and like hang out and, do whatever during these things when we don't have a whole lot to talk about has been fun. Rook Luck, congratulations. Going for first. Hope you get it. I'm assuming for most of you today's the last day. I feel like it's pretty awkward unless you're in like a roto league or something to extend the season. But just because head to head, it's that throws too much of a wrench in people's plans. $600 if you take it down. Congratulations. I'm fighting for a third in a very tight. Have I ever given somebody the advice and the person you told to sit got 3+ goals? That happened yesterday. Somebody asked me Middlestat versus Carter, and I said Middlestat. Carter got 4 goals. Happens. Middlestat got an assist. I mean, what can you do? But that doesn't happen very often, of course. But I can show you the team that I'm working on here. Let's see. That's funny, Adamson. So this team has just gotten ravaged by injuries, unfortunately. So this team was like 14-0-2 or something through the regular season, dominated in quarters, and then got crushed by a Florida Panthers stack in semis. And now I'm fighting third place against the other team that also should probably be. This should be the finals if everything went normal, but now it's a third place match. It's very strange. But I'm basically hoping somehow that Patches plays so I can move him up and bring in a minor league defenseman, or I'll be short a defenseman, which isn't great. Or I could drop Borietsky, move one of these guys. So I have 2 spots available, but these are for COVID only. None of my guys have COVID issues, so I could potentially drop Borietsky and then move one of these guys. This is a dynasty league, and move Ovechkin in, and then I could move up one of my defensemen. But really, my defensemen aren't that great. It's probably not super additive. I feel like the best person I can bring in is like Logan Stanley if he even plays, or Zboril, who also might not play. So goalies don't matter. I've already locked up goalies. It doesn't really matter what I do there. I don't think he can catch me. Yeah, he would need 120 saves just to catch. I feel like if I play Bobrovsky today, there's a decent chance that I lose there. So whatever. Plans for playoff draft strategy. I don't think we're doing anything for playoff drafts because they're so niche. Like, most people don't do them, honestly. One-year badge to show members that keep YouTube memberships over the offseason. I mean, we could probably do that. I have to get Gamby to set some more up. Hurdle Beauvillier, points, power play point heavy, shots. Kind of like Beauvillier, actually. What do you think of Riley Smith lately? I never liked Riley Smith. I mean, maybe he stays hot, but I just never really bet on it. Desperate for Pims. Any help there? So I would keep an eye on has Game Day Line Tweets been keeping up lately? Is this today? No. So the Sharks have a lot of minor league, have a lot of minor league banger types. So if for some reason they play a Jeffrey Veal or Curtis Gabriel, they're like the best PIM guys you can possibly get. But they don't play very often, so you basically have to like sort by PIMs per game and see who might actually be playing and look at the lineups. It's sort of annoying, but that's the best way to get good PIM people. Pick 2 of 3, Nedeljkovic, Campbell, or Grubauer. I would pick Campbell and Grubauer, but I think you're going to wind up with Nedeljkovic. Do I think you're over or under in money loss and gain playing fantasy? Oh, I'm over for sure. But I mean, not this season. Well, maybe actually. I guess if I get third, I'll get my money back. So because of the COVID season, we changed it too, so that there was no President's Trophy bonus, and I got the President's Trophy. So just unlucky. But yeah, I'm definitely plus money in fantasy. Ryan Stromer, Slavic, or is that Eriksson Ek? Can only start one of them. Need points, face-offs, blocks. I would play points, face-offs, and blocks. I'd probably play Strome. Who's starting goalie for the Rangers? Have they announced? They may not have announced. It's interesting, though. I think we should know by now. But I'm assuming it'll be Shesterkin, be my guess. Name something more heartbreaking than losing by one hit in the semis that sure not got, but the NHL didn't score. Then watching your opponent would have been playing the finals, put up steroids. Yeah. I just go back to my Dynasty team that dominated in regular season and then lost to a fluke Panther stack. But what are you going to do? That's actually 3 years in a row that something horrible has happened to stop my team from winning. The first year I got beat by a Tampa stack in the finals, even though my team just dominated all the way through regular season. The second season was last year, and COVID stopped the season when we were in semis, and I was about to win semis. And then this season. Fantrax. Yeah, we use Fantrax because it's really good for minor leagues. So if you look at my roster here, we keep our team from year to year. So I have all these minor league players, right? And I'll get to have the same team next year. I feel like the minor league, being able to move these guys up and down, promote them from minors to your active squad is the biggest reason. It's super customizable as well, which is nice. But I think in general, if you don't want anything super custom, just use Yahoo. The UI is so much better. I got a double shout out as well. That happened to be in the semis. Same thing. I got a double shutout where he had the players, or both. It was the what was it? The Islander Caps game. He had Varlamov and Samsonov, and he got a double shutout on the first game. And I was like, well, there go all the goalie stats, and then I couldn't keep up. Very angering. Yeah. I couldn't catch here. He put up insane numbers for that week because of the Florida stack, but oh well. What can you do? Start tuna points league. TJ Oshie. Oh, you're welcome, Kwame, by the way. And congrats, Adamson. Let me go back to this. Start 2 in the points league. TJ Oshie, Martin Nakash, Jonathan Marchessault, Kasperi Kapanen going for the ship first year. Go Canes. Start 2. Definitely Marchessault. And probably Oshie. Let's see. Okay, I have one pick left to get me through to 13th. 13th. Go Goalie wins with low goals against are pay off big. Are there any 50% or under goalies that catch your eye? There's a bunch today, honestly. I think Kevlinix or whatever is a decent option. Anderson's actually okay. Legacy's a great option. If he's around, and I don't know about low goal against, but he's pretty likely to win. So it's hard to tell what his goal against is going to be, but that's a good option. The Sharks are going to play somebody weird. That'll be pick-upable. Johansson here, most likely, will be pick-upable. So I feel like Legacy and Johansson are going to be the two that are going to be the easiest to pick up that are like not going to be held onto or anything. Because there's such when you lose like 1 or 2 weeks the whole season, it comes down to who squeeze the playoffs because there's nobody players aside that go crazy. Yeah, it happens. Thoughts on it for fun FHP, listener league, and other sports? Maybe. We don't really pay attention to other sports. I think we just get wrecked. Unless it was like soccer, EPL or something. Kvelnieks or Craig Anderson? I personally think Kvelnieks or whatever is probably better. I know the numbers are pretty identical for Money Puck. Let's take a look at what Pinnacle says. Oh, I already have a Pinnacle open. Let's see. What does Pinnacle think? Pinnacle 1.16 or 1.61, and then Craig Anderson. That's Craig Anderson. Let's see. Where's the Florida? Okay, so Pinnacle likes Craig Anderson, honestly. That should be your answer, actually. If you're just looking for a win, Craig Anderson apparently is better, according to the sports books, and I trust Pinnacle. So, but he had Point, Coleman, Gord, and Sergachev on that Sunday Detroit-Tampa game. He had 3 hits to beat me. You only got 2 for Coleman. Wow. I would be so mad. Has everyone got mad at you for giving them bad take? You know, not as much as I'd expect. Obviously, hockey's a super high variance game. There's no way anybody's ever going to get everything correctly, especially considering how much things can shift around, like lineup changes. It's not the same as any other sport. You know, somebody dropping from the first line to the third line is unpredictable and just screws them, or vice versa. People don't really get mad, but sometimes they will. I think the things that might annoy us are when we give a take and then the person does the opposite of the take and then tells us about it later. And it's like, oh, I decided not to do what you told me and it worked out. And it's like, okay, why, whatever. But it's not that big of a deal, honestly. It's only annoying if people do that like constantly. People are asking our opinion all over, like all the time, and then telling us when we get it wrong. It's like, yep. One of my leagues, heavy value on Pim and hits. Josh Manson to pair with Hakanpää, or keep Savard and Hakanpää and go all in on hits. I would just hold. If you need to make a switch, I would see if one of those Pim guys shows up that could be picked up on the Sharks, for example. Kind of doubt they're going to move any of them up. There's no real point, but they might. You never know. Hey, I think the Islanders goalies will split next year. I think they'll be 50-50. 50-50 probably. Start 2, sit 1, Palat, Teravainen, Perron. I would start Teravainen and Perron, I think. Start 2, points league, Puljujarvi, Roslovic, Smith. Ooh. Roslovic and Smith, I think. I like Puljujarvi, but he's been so hot too. That's a tough one. I think any 3 of those are good options. Smith has the highest upside and the lowest floor, I think. He could do nothing or he can get like 3 goals tonight or today. I'd probably do Puljujarvi and Smith. I just don't like Roslovic, even though he's been pretty good. Thank you for the super chat, Charlie P. Ryan Strome, Barzell, Forsberg, Beauvillier, Perron. You just hit 2. I would sit Beauvillier and Strome probably. Nugent Hopkins or Mark Stone need points face-offs. Thinking Nuge because Oilers may put up some decent points tonight. Plus Stone just played last night. Stone is amazing though. He's not going to get you face-offs though. So there's that. If you take Stone, you're going for point upside. So I think he has a much better point upside though. So kind of depends what you need. Sit one, Barkov, Zibanejad, Tavares looking for points. I think I'd sit Zibanejad. I like him, but the Rangers are just playing for nothing. FHP snapbacks is a must, huh? We have some hats. We don't have snapbacks, but I don't even know where they are. They're like, we have really old school ones, not the newer ones, like the old logo. Do I watch lots of hockey? Usually when I watch hockey, I watch like 4 games at once. But I've probably watched less this year than previous years. I just haven't had as much time. Oh, I know, Eric. I didn't figure you were mad about it, but it really doesn't happen as much as I'd expect. I feel like people, well, this is kind of goes contrary, but I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if people expect us to be right all the time, but people don't, which makes sense. Rust or Reinhardt? I'd play Rust. Who's Candace? Yeah, nobody's predicting Carter 4 goals. I had him, though, in my Dynasty team. It's the only thing that kind of kept me going. What's going on with Krug? St. Louis just isn't a super good scenario for power play defensemen. It kind of hasn't been since Shattenkirk. What was your best pickup this season? Who would have been my best pickup? Trocheck, right? Trocheck was probably most people's best pickup. I'm kind of more curious in Dynasty. I didn't really make a whole lot of moves in Dynasty. For Dynasty, Barabanov has been crazy for being minor league eligible. So I'm glad to have him. Colin Blackwell as well, although he's going to be not minors eligible soon. Jordan Stahl has had a pretty good season, all things considered. I feel like goalies for a lot of people will be the answer. Lankinen helped a lot of people out early. Talbot was kind of touch and go there for a while. Vanacek. Although I didn't pick up any Vanacek shares. Oh yeah, Krug is injured now, right? Could you guys make a video at the end of the season to discuss players and potential draft rankings for next season? I mean, we'll do that closer next season. Doing it this early, nobody's going to listen to it. And we'll have to re-record the same episode pretty much. Oh, thanks, Martin. Yeah, it's been a busy season for sure. I don't know if he's going to jump on or not. Oh, he will, actually. All right, I'm going to see if Gamby wants to jump in for 20 minutes or so. Oh, Chikrin. Yeah, I've been tooting Chikrin's horn for a while. So it's good to see him kind of blow up. Average subscriber age? I have no idea. I want to say it's 30s or early 30s, late 20s, early 30s area, something like that. Yeah, Trocheck and Chikrin were really good. Jason Robertson was a very good pickup, if anybody got on him. I hope most of you did. I mean, we talked about him for ever. I'm in a pickle. Bench 1. Banger League. O'Reilly, Sharangovich, Suzuki, Bergeron, Point, or Stone. Bench 1. I like Sharangovich, but I think you have to bench him for those guys. I didn't understand it, Raekwon. When are they going to tweet about if there's any PIM guys? I can't imagine they would bring. I can't imagine they would bring a pin player in though. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Bergeron over Trocheck. Definitely. Those games are starting in 15 minutes. Pick two between Rust, Marchessault, Stevenson, and Fiala. I'd play Rust and Fiala. I like March a lot. I like Stevenson a lot too. But Rust against Buffalo and an ECHL goalie, and then Fiala with how hot he's been. Both of them are kind of hard to ignore right now. My son is taking a nap. I think he's going to wake up any minute, but I'm kind of surprised he's still down right now, to be honest. He's still asleep. It's my second hockey fantasy season. I found you guys early in the season. I have to say I'm leading by 113 points in the finals. It ends on the 13th. That's a huge lead. Glad to hear it, Matthew. Congrats. What view am I on? Just the basic. I'm just on Money Puck. Straight up regular Money Puck. It might look different because I have it like shrunk. But I'm not on goalies. This is just the standard view. It shows the starters when they know them. Maybe Goalie Post knows more about Kincaid. Yeah. Man, there's going to be like any leagues that are happening today, it's so unpredictable what's going to be going on. Like, you could definitely have expected the Shesterkin start, right? They're taking Kako out. McKinnon's going to be scratched for an injury, which he definitely doesn't have, Kamelnieks or whatever is going to play 2 games here for some reason. So weird. This says Melnichuk's going to start. Yeah, there's going to be some weird scratches today, I think, which is going to make things chaos. Points League. Pick up one goalie for tonight. Lagasse, Kamelnieks, or Demko. Lagasse, I think. Even though if we have no idea what to expect from him, it just seems very likely that they win that game. About 56 points, but also go to the 13th. I'm going to miss the weekly content. Yeah. Unless you guys do something I just don't know because I just found the podcast this year. We're not going to do anything because most leagues have ended already. There's like very, very few people that are playing past a day. I wouldn't have suggested going past a day, honestly. No, man. Eric, like if your opponent, it's up to them to pay attention. Like if you want to do it, that's very sportsmanlike, It's kind of your call on that, but you definitely, I don't think it's bad for you not to. It's up to him. Or up to them, or up to her, or whoever it is. What was the best pickups you've ever had? I mean, it's hard to remember year to year. I know that Gamby was really high on Mikko Rantanen before anybody else was. I don't know. Looking back, if there's anybody that like really made me be like that turned into Brady Tkachuk. Brady Tkachuk was really good. I still don't understand Pavelski after last season. We were one of the biggest opponents of Pavelski going into his first season with Dallas, and he I mean, we also what happened then, but I don't remember what our preseason draft take was on Zibanejad. Do we call him like last season, so like the 2019-2020 season? Or yeah. Did we call him like unsus low or something, or that is he was going too low? We've had a bunch of good hits on our sleepers and busts and stuff like that we do early on. You know, I wonder. Let's see if I can find. I'll take a look and see if I can find. Okay, here's my sleepers for this season. This is going to be funny. Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak. Okay, those were good ones. Taylor Hall turned into a good one eventually. Marchessault was good. This was pretty bad. Monahan was okay, but not great. Manthe was okay, but not great. This was a great one. Pretty good. Really good. Not great. Bleh. Never got top power play. You know? This is a stupid one. This is okay. This was awesome, obviously. This didn't work. This worked. This didn't work. This sort of worked. Not bad overall, I'd say. Like, I think if you viewed these as sleepers and you picked all of them, like, I don't know, 10 spots ahead, you probably had a pretty good team. Even the guys you needed to swap out. Because these are really late. Like 12th, 13th round players. Killorn, Kyle. Barré-Boulet, I think, has moved off top line, so he's kind of like, whatever now. I think my MVP season outside of the obvious was Vasilevsky was actually David Perron. Put in a lot of work for me. Yeah, Perron's been great. Hoffman, Lautner, Kapanen, Bangers Points League. Hoffman, I think. Wish my league ended last week. Would have won. Yeah. Almost all my leagues ended last week. It's just, I hate the last week. That last, like, official week. It's always so dumb. Okay, let's see what I said with the busts. Braden Point. He's definitely fallen below this. Svechnikov has been amazing lately, but I think up till recently this was the case. I think even now, I think his, second round billing was still too high. Mark Stone, probably. I mean, he's had a very good season, but 30.2 is still pretty high. Besser, I mean, what can you even say about this? But I do think that was high. Kuznetsov obviously was a bust. Fiala, kind of. I mean, he was droppable for a while. All these were all good. Stone, maybe not. Let's take a look. Meh. He sort of lived up to it. 39th. What did I say he was a bust at? 30th. When you're drafting people, you're expecting to do better than their ADP. So if they do, it's not necessarily a bust, but let's see what Besser did. Season average, 121. Yeah. So these are all good. Makar was a bad one, but 24 is still super, super high. Pietrangelo was definitely a bust. Werenski was a bust. Fox was wrong. But this was because I didn't know if Fox was going to play top power play. This was when D'Angelo had top power play. This was correct. This was correct. This was he was amazing for a while there. Now they're kind of splitting starts. So this was wrong, flatly. But it was tough because the whole reason both these guys were on here is because I thought they were going to split starts, which made both of them less valuable. You had to pick one. So I'm pretty happy with my sleepers and busts. I think they're like spot on. Should we look through the divisions? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of burnt, so I don't know that we necessarily would do that. But congrats, Dominic. Glad to hear it. Let's take a look through these preview scripts. Dynasty Questions. How many young guys should you have? I have Kyrou, Zegras, Stutzel, and Byram. It depends on how your keeper league or your dynasty league is set up. We have 20 minor league spots, so we keep a lot of young guys. But but if it's just a keeper league, it depends on how many keepers you have. I usually don't keep young guys at all in keeper leagues. I don't bother. But first time keeper, not sure how many I can keep. Any thoughts on who I should pick to keep? Heard you concentrate on forwards. It depends on your league. If If it's a points league, I think defensemen kind of rise up a little bit. If it's a cats league, I think it's usually forwards and sometimes one defenseman or two. Curious, do you and Gamby work full-time on Underdog, or do you have other full-time gigs? Oh, no. Underdog is the full-time. Underdog is the whole thing. We just announced like our Series A funding round from like Mark Cuban and a bunch of other people. It's our legit thing. It's more than full-time. Do I have Gamber sleep? Oh, I could look at that. Yeah. How do you make a league on Yahoo? You can't right now. Not until next season. Come up with like a draft kit? I sort of doubt it. If to do that properly, we'd want to make a model, and I don't know if I have time for that. For a 26-man roster, you're keeping all 26? I'd focus on it a bit, but I wouldn't make it like a priority. I think people avoid veterans too much in leagues like that, and if you are willing to take veterans, guys like Bergeron or Marchand even, or any of those guys, you can wind up benefiting. All right, let's take a look at Gamby's scripts. Sleepers and busts. Let's see. PLD, this was correct. We both agreed on this one. Oops. These are sleepers. We both agreed on this one, even though we were wrong. This is correct. Ben was a sleeper. By the end of it, he had a pretty mediocre midseason, actually. Konechny was not a sleeper. Jonathan Taves didn't play. Brian Rust was a sleeper. Dahlin, this was wrong. This was also wrong, but it's kind of turned around lately. Chabot, I think I don't know if you can call him a sleeper. It's close. Doughty was very good, so this is definitely correct. Chirot has been kind of up and down, but okay for Cats leagues. I don't know if I'd call him a sleeper. Saros was great, but he had a very bad start to the season. Bob, up and down. Gibson, mostly down. So his was pretty good too, though, all things considered. And then busts. The Konechny take, yeah. Panarin. He was right on this. He was not worth 6 overall. Rantanen. He actually might be worth this at this point. Stone both agreed on. Teravainen, yeah. He was like almost borderline drop on a lot of leagues, and Besser as well. We agreed here. Klingberg, 81 was way too high for him, but he still wound up having an okay season. Samsonov, this is correct, but he's hurt for so long. And then Fleury was not right. So, you're fine. Would I keep Pavelski and keep 10? It depends who the other options are. I would love to not, let's put it that way, but it seems like he'd be worth it. Would I keep Zibanejad over Barkov or Crosby? I don't know. I don't know if I would. Maybe over Crosby, but that's a hard thing to rationalize. Barkov has been too good. I mean, he looks like he's turned another level again. I don't think I would. I think I would keep Barkov and Crosby. Yes, the Konechny take. Can glance through some of these takes over here, and then I will probably call it. Thanks, Jeff. All right, next move. Have a good one. Flames, I call it sort of a bounce back. These takes are okay. Dark Horse forced the second place. I got second. This was wrong. This was sort of right. Yeah, people were high on Yamamoto. This is wrong. Yeah, these things are decent, but all right, let's get out of here. Oh, good luck. Hey, Terry. Thanks for coming. Probably. Seems like it's okay to me, but I can't really tell because I'm not looking at high def. Drinks on you. Thank you, Eric. Set up for first and one and third another. Well, I'm glad to hear it. You know, really appreciate the support. I know you've been with us for the whole season. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. I keep joking that I'm going to have to buy Timmy's at some point. Maybe I actually will. I wish there was a closer one that was in disgusting Penn Station. And that Timmy's is actually good. Maybe I'll go American and get Dunkin' Donuts just to be American about it. All right, y'all. Games are about to start. I think we have answered all the questions. If you are chasing the championship or chasing third place, good luck. I'm right there with you in one of my leagues, so hoping for the best for all of us. Start one, CC Caulfield or JVR. Ooh. Go with Caulfield. You know, he has more to prove than anybody else in that list right now. Get Dunkin' cold brew and on of pasta. Oh yeah. Oh my God, those commercials were so bad. Will do, Bill. See ya. Okay, y'all. I am signing off. Thank you all for coming out. Really appreciate it. We almost certainly won't come up with prediction stats. We might do like points, but that'd be it. Cold foam, really? Sounds gross, but I'll believe you. All right, I'll send my thanks to Gamby. Have a good one, guys.